Good evening to you, and you're welcome to the maiden edition of Girlish, live on City 105 on FM, your number one lifestyle station. I might not sound pumped, but I am pumped to have this conversation. It's going to be like the first of its kind. Maybe not exactly, but you get the gist. Basically, from now until about 8 p.m., myself, Fiona, and Bukola will be talking about all things girls, and you can be a part of the conversation as well. Call us up 0700-1051-1051 or leave a message on WhatsApp 0909-916-4403. Okay, I'm just going to get right to it. We are having a conversation about whether or not it is a fair consideration for a man to say, oh, because this girl can do chores, she qualifies as a wifey material. It's as simple as that. 0700-1051-1051 is a number to hit us up on. Is a woman's ability to do house chores a fair consideration for marriage? Let's have that conversation. Welcome on board, ladies. How you doing? Good evening to you.
Good evening. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing great. So that was Bukola who said that. What's up? How you doing? Yeah.
No, that was
Fiona. So we can tell the difference. Okay, so that was Fiona, and then Bukola is also here, and together we'll be having this conversation. Have you ever felt a little bit offended when a guy said to you, your wifey material? Maybe the way he said it, maybe why he said it, I don't know, but like, have you ever been offended, either of you been offended when a guy said your wife material?
Well,
Bukola speaking. Yeah,
I wouldn't say I've been offended because no offense.
Yeah,
to take what men say as something that's going to offend me, no offense, is yeah, you can take it or leave it. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I will say though, I find it problematic, the whole concept of, oh, you're like, what is wifey material? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, okay, because you can cook, you can clean. Cooking is a life skill. We all need to be able to cook. So, are you wifey material, mister? We all need to be able to clean and look after ourselves.
Can you do that?
Can you do that? Do you know what I mean? And I think to kind of pinpoint, okay, this person is going to be my wife because she can cook and clean. What then sets me apart from everyone else? Because most of us can cook and clean. All of us should be able to cook and clean. I think it's something we need to be able to fundamentally do as grown-ups and adults.
Very true.
So I don't know, the whole concept of it is quite strange to me, and I think it needs reformation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then, have you always felt excited when a man, tells you that you're wifey material?
Not really. I'm not gonna lie. When they it's gonna sound so bad, but when like guys will like come to me, and in the past I've had guys like, oh, you can cook, but you're a wifey material. I'm like, I can't cook. Don't ask me. I don't know how to cook. And it's crazy because I've had guys who have now eventually like tasted my cooking, and I'm just saying, I throw down. Okay. I can cook. I just choose not to. Do you understand?
Yes, please.
I choose not to. But then they'll finally be, so why did you say you can't cook? See, you're such wife material. That's why I said I can't cook. Because you can't base my whole value and worth on my ability to do a fundamental human activity. It doesn't make any sense to me.
All right then. Fiona, how has it come across to you when a guy says you're wifey material, or when they say you're not? Maybe they have said that. I don't know. You tell me.
Okay, yeah. So to an extent, I agree with Bukola.
Bukola, yes.
Yeah. So, for me, I actually don't like the word wife material. It's like you're trying to box me into to fit into your expectations of what a woman should be and all of that stuff. And I don't believe in unrealistic gender roles and whatnot. Like she said, it's a basic survival skill that everybody really should have. So there's really I don't like to hear wife material. Don't call me wife material. Actually, if you like me, you like me. If you're feeling me, you're feeling me. But like, nah, don't call me wife material.
All right then. Just for the benefit of those Gen Zs who are like wondering what in the world is wifey material, basically, the dictionary will define it as a woman who is like perfect in your eyes enough, one that you hope to marry someday because she's the it. A lot of guys have their list of what they consider wifey material, like this is that, and for most men it is that she's able to do certain house chores. And I'm like, are we still on this? Because to be fair, this is something that did not just start today.
Yeah.
Our mothers, like if we want to go ancient times and whatnot, it's what they have known mothers to be like. No, the woman is supposed to be in the kitchen, the girl is supposed to be the one doing this, the woman is supposed to be like, no, my duty as a man is to go out, look for money, and then come back home and give it to her so that the next week we have a pot of soup. You know, I don't know, but it's like, at least people living under the rock, because times are changing, like everything has changed. And to think that some of these men who can actually cook, who actually keep, you know, their environment tidy and whatnot, still want someone to take over that thing for them. Like, that is why I want to marry. I mean, to make babies and then have someone do all these things that I used to do. I now have a helping hand. But no, they're actually passing it to you to do, like, all together. It's just for you. Come and do it. That is why I'm marrying you. It is crazy. And we're having that conversation today, even though I know that an hour might not be enough for us to dissect this thing. We will, you know, do what we can do with the time that we have for today, and maybe bring a part 2 next time. Again, to be a part of the conversation, it is 0700-1051-1051. You can leave a message on WhatsApp 0909-916-4403. It is the maiden edition of Girlish. My name is Ttarra. I have Bukola, and I also have Fiona in the studio. Basically, we're talking about whether or not it is a fair consideration for marriage for a woman if she can do house chores. Is that a fair consideration? Should that be like one of the reasons why she should get married? Like, okay, so if I can't do certain house chores, I don't qualify to be married to? Is that what you're saying? Help me make it make sense, because it's not making sense at the moment. Do not go anywhere, because we'll be right back.
City 1051 FM, your number one lifestyle station.
28 p.m. Good evening to you once again, and welcome to Girlish on City 105 on the FM. My name is Ttarra. I am not alone. I have Bukola and Fiona in the studio. We are having a conversation about wifey material. We're having a conversation of whether or not it is a fair consideration if a woman knows how to do house chores, that, you know, she should be considered for marriage. Does that make sense to you? If it does, please hit us up right now, 0700-1051-1051, or leave a message on WhatsApp 0909-916-4403. I mean, the guys can be a part of the conversation as well. I even want to hear for a minute or two what you actually mean when you say she is wifey material. I want to hear what's on your list. Like, okay, so Ttarra, the girl I want to marry, she must be this, that. Let's see if it makes sense. Hello, call us back at 0700-1051-1051. But back to the ladies in the studio. I mean, every now and again we have heard, you know, whether from guys telling us or from people saying it or from seeing it on social media, what guys consider as their list for, like, you know, wifey material and whatnot, like what's on their list. Do you think it makes sense what some of them say? Because obviously some of them but what some of them say, do you think is like, oh yeah, this one has sense, what he's saying about?
There are a few of them, I would say. Do you know what's crazy? I was actually having a similar conversation a few weeks ago. Yeah. And what I realized is most of you don't know what you want.
Thank you!
It's just like, you're just saying words. And so one of the things that was said is, all these girls today, they don't bring nothing to the table. I say, you said, what do you bring to the table? What do you want on your table? You don't even know. So how can you say they don't bring nothing to the table? You don't know what you want, so it's difficult for you to even navigate. And then you go to that, you know, you said something earlier, which was, times are changing. The time's been changed. Before, men will go, okay, you go, you hunt, you do whatever, you work, you bring money. But now, women are going out working twice as hard.
Because we have to.
Do you understand? Then you still go home, work all day, be tired. You now come home, you go and sit down and play PlayStation or watch football. Me, I'll go and be cooking, be cleaning, be changing children. Be, like, the logic isn't logicking.
Do you understand?
They're not able to. No, stop that. That's not fair. I wouldn't say they're not able to, but a lot of men are not thinking past what they've traditionally been told.
Yes.
And they feel like that still works. And versus looking at, look within yourself. What do I want? What do I need from a partner? Because I think that's the part that's missing. The partnership scope. Do you know what I mean?
Yes. I have preached this. Like, I'm just like, wait, do people even understand when I say you don't know what you want? Because, I mean... Come on, like, you have to know what you want. You as the guy who is about to get into the dating scene, you as the girl who is about, or, you know, ready for a man to get asked, get ready to be asked out. You need to know what you want, and then you come together and we're talking about it. So this is what I want in a relationship. This is what I want in a relationship. What you've said now, if it's something I can do, then okay, we're game. If it's something you can do, then we're game. But no, people do not do that. They don't. Before we hear from Fiona, though, hello. Hello, City FM. Good evening.
Good evening, ladies.
How you doing? What's your name?
This Otis.
Otis. All right. Talk to us.
I don't know, probably this a famous show, but I just popped when I heard you ladies talking about wife materials and.
Well, you're tuned into City 105 on FM, and this is Girlish. So.
Okay. So, one thing I want to ask, I want to comment, or probably ask a question is, when you said the word white material, the current lifestyle we have in Nigeria, I have problems with most younger generation. I'm in my mid-30s.
Okay.
The problem, a lot of people act so woke. We're in a new generation, or probably we're in the 21st century, and we're trying to compare the lifestyle of the Western world with an African society. You do not see someone from Texas trying to live the lifestyle in Nigerian couples are living in Africa. That's not your tradition. That's not your culture. So why do Africans feel your own culture, your own tradition is outdated or it's barbaric?
So, Otis, do you have any particular thing in mind?
When someone says the white material, someone that can cook, clean, that is, I don't want to use a foul language on air. When a man says she can cook, she can clean, it's a white material. White material is beyond cooking and cleaning.
Oh, okay. So wait, I'm lost for a second, because I thought when you were talking, I was hearing you say, yes, it is a fair consideration, you know, if a woman knows how to do house chores, for her to be considered, you know, a wife. Do you understand? But then now you're saying it's beyond that, and I'm assuming you want to give us like the list of things that should follow.
Yes.
Okay, but then again, cleaning and cooking and whatnot should be on the list. Is that correct? According to you? Say again. As an African man. You're breaking, Otis. You're breaking. Try to call us back. I don't know what happened, but it's like you froze or something. Please try to call us back. Says yes, there's more to it. I agree, but okay. 070010511051. Leave a message on WhatsApp 0909-916-4403. Let us know if you think a woman's ability to be able to do house chores is a fair consideration for marriage. Fiona, you were saying.
Yeah, so I'd really love to hear what Otis had to say.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but so for me, I understand that. I respect people's opinion and stuff about what they want, as long as you know that, you know, that's what you really want. Yeah, and then you bring something to the table too. Cool, that works for you. But for me, yeah, I believe that you want a woman who can cook, but as a man, you don't know how to cook because you think it's a woman's thing. So I don't know how to cook, but she has to know how to cook, otherwise I can't marry her. I've even heard from some people who say, oh, like, I broke up with her because she didn't know how to cook. And, like, that's not... And I'm like, oh, can you cook? And they're like, no, I can't cook. I'm like, okay, so what are we talking about exactly? So I feel like sometimes, you know, the word wifey material a lot of the time is basically... I'm able to box you now you mumu enough, basically, that, you know, I can put you at home, basically, because a lot of the time that's what it is. I don't know how to cook, but I expect you to know how to cook. I don't know how to clean. I don't know how to do laundry. Like, I don't know how to do anything at all. Like, I just want to, like, go out, make money, and bring stuff back home. And really, that's not how it works anymore. So, like, he was trying to say, okay, stuff works it's an African culture, society, and all of that. I understand that, like, a lot of the men, let me not say all, but a lot of the men have been programmed to, or have been brought up to believe that, you know, from time immemorial, actually, that, you know, women are supposed to do certain things in a home and all of that stuff. But really, like, it's changing, and then we've got to see that, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. And because it has always been that way, it doesn't necessarily mean it's been right. And then we're not necessarily trying to be woke. It's just really about being realistic and stuff. It is. So, yeah.
100%. Let's go back to when Bukola mentioned that some of these people do not know what they want. You see, it's funny because some of us, whether from experience or other people's experiences, have seen where our fathers and mothers, you know, we're not cool with each other, so to speak, like fights and whatnot. And then today, are you telling me that you wonder and you think that, okay, it's because he made his decision to marry this woman based off the fact that she was, you know, beautiful, she knew how to keep a house, you know, I mean, like, those were the decisions they would base, even your parents then, or our forefathers then, would be like, this girl is this thing, you know, she's this person's daughter, she knows how to do this, she knows how to do, that's what they sell to you, that this person knows how to keep a home, so go and marry her. They did not realize that individuality comes to play in the long run. So now when you've been married to this person, you've had 4 kids, like, okay, so what next? But if you know more, if you know the kind of life you want to live, you know what you want to enjoy with this life partner that you're choosing, it won't be boring as such. And then let's even come back to some people in this day and time. I have a couple of people who, you're married and then you have 1 child and then, you know, everything has gone south, you know, nothing is happening in the bedroom, the relationship, the marriage is also boring. You're seeking attention from other girls, you know, who are just trying to get, it's because before you got into that marriage, my guy, you did not ask some questions. It's because you did not know what you really, you felt I was ready for marriage, and then this person knows how to, you know, she'll give me beautiful kids. You guys do not think things through, and that is why you end up today where you are. But hey, kudos to those people who know what they want and are going after it. I salute you. Kudos to those people who every now and again are coming on social media to talk about this thing that we're talking about, you know, because I've read several posts from married men making men understand that this whole chores thing is not a woman thingy at all. It is not a gender thing, and that is the essence of this conversation tonight. It is not. Forget about what our mothers were used to. Forget about, this is not us looking for or bringing some ideas from American movies or not. No, it is not. It is like reality. It is glaring, you know, right now that it's not a girl's duty to know how to cook or sweep or wash, or it is not. It is just.
And sorry, can I just add something off the back of what you said? 2 things. One, I want to say, giving kudos as well. Kudos to individuals who are open to change and open to understanding, like, because this world is there's a lot going on, and I feel like adulting is hard, right? So even thinking of the consideration of a life partner who I want to build my life with, you may not necessarily have all the answers right now, but being willing to have conversations and expand and develop that is so important.
It is.
But when you have that mind frame of I'm going in and it must be this because this is what I've seen. Okay, you self, what you've seen, has it worked?
Hallelujah.
Because me, I don't like questions that need actual answers.
Do you understand?
You know what I mean? And also even looking at that conversation of in the States or in the Western world, you know, it's not the same. I'm coming from the Western world, and I'm telling you, they're not different. They're not different.
City FM.
Hello, this is Oki. I had a call back.
Okay, good to have you back. Talk to us.
Okay, so I was trying to list
some more wifey material consideration thing. Yeah.
Now, cooking and cleaning. What most people don't understand about marriages, marriages, it takes a lot of responsibility. So if you're, as a lady, you're ready to get married, you're not getting married because you want to have fun, go to club with your husband.
Why not? But sorry, go on.
I'm coming.
Yeah.
There are times for that. When you were courting, probably you dated for 2, 3 years or 4 years or probably 6 months. You have all that time to have all the fun you want to have. So when you start having kids, it's normal for you as a husband to do chores in the house if you really want to build a family, you know?
Okay, it's normal for the husband to do chores.
There are Nigerian men out there. I have a friend who cooks. It tells me on Thursday, everyone knows in the family, dad cooks.
Okay.
You know? While the kids are still sleeping, it cooks. You know,
Okay.
they wake up in the morning. This is a Nigerian man. You understand? And what young girls out there need to understand is if you are not homely trained, you know, when someone is homely trained, you see someone tells you, oh, I'm a family kind of guy. A lady tells you, I'm a family kind of lady. You know, people who wants to build a home. You know, marriage is not where you go to play, have fun. You know, it's a huge responsibility. So if you're the kind of person dating someone who wants to eat fresh food all the time, you guys need to compromise while you're dating. You need to work things out. Hey, boy, I can't cook every day. We need to get a chef. You know you want to eat good food all the time, every day, then you need to work hard and get someone to cook for the family.
Point.
Probably if you want to eat something. You know, you have to, when you're dating a man, I think that's the time you have to talk about your future.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But a lot of young girls are not concerned about after marriage. They're concerned about putting on that clothing, wedding clothes, you know, having it on social media. Congratulations, you know, flaunting the ring.
Okay, so what are you about? What are you about? Let's just get to that.
So what I'm about is, as a woman, you want to get married. The criteria of a man look out for a Nigerian man, a normal Nigerian man. Okay. One, you should know what it takes to be called a wife, and who is the wife? Someone who can increase. If your husband gives you 100,000 for upkeep for the weekend, that money should not go to something else. You know, you should have full responsibility. That's one. Two, at least you should know how to take care of a home. You wake up in the morning, try to, you know, make your own bed yourself as a lady. Some ladies are still sleeping while their men are up.
You did not just say that.
So to sleep is a
Hey.
Remember that tweet that went viral a while ago?
Yeah. Okay. Otis, well, you go on. Oh my goodness.
Three. As a lady, you should have a sense of your culture. You know, if a man is going to get married, he observes you. If you're an Igbo lady, what does your culture teach you? While you guys are dating, your lifestyle will portray your culture, your background. You know.
Okay.
There are some ladies will tell you, "Oh, my boyfriend is the one that eats for that plate. Please do not give it to someone else." You know, probably she learned that from her home. Probably the dad at a particular place the mom normally used to serve him. You know, your culture, what you are being taught in your home, you portray in your relationship. So the man is looking out for that.
Okay.
Then 4, how financially stable are you as a woman? You know, the African culture says a man should take a whole huge responsibility.
You're right.
In this generation now, we have women who are supporting their husband. You know, they're building businesses with their husband. You know, they're building an empire. They're making things, you know, happen in your marriage. And you're women, you know, powerful women. You're wealthy. So you're not just coming to marriage being dead broke. You know, some ladies are, oh, I'm beautiful. You know, I have all it takes to be your wife. You know, so you have to spend that money on me. You know, you're becoming a liability. You're going to have kids.
Okay.
You know.
Any other thing
so
on your
a man
list?
is looking out for a woman who is financially stable. You might not have all your money as a lady. Probably you earn a salary of 50K. You know, your man is happy. You have a job. You know, you get paid.
Okay, Otis. All right. Thank you so much.
The fifth one, before I let you ladies go, the fifth one is how respectful are you as a lady? Do you even respect yourself?
Alrighty, Otis. Thank you so much.
Wonderful evening.
You do. Thank you. You know what? I know we have a lot on our mind right now. We want to dissect everything Otis has said and even more, but we'll do that immediately after this.
City 1051 FM, your number 1 lifestyle station.
And we are back. I mean, I said at the beginning that this will not be enough time for us to talk about everything that we want to talk about, but it's fine. We're heading somewhere. I hope you're getting the messages, like as we're throwing it in, you know, from the disagreements and whatnot. Shout out to Otis and to everyone who's tried to call in. We appreciate you. This is Girlish live on City 105 on FM. I'll just take this call before we drop our 2 cents. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Yes, my name is SOJ.
Your name is?
SOJ.
SOJ. All right, good to have you, sir. Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Over your discussion, it's go beyond cooking and cleaning the house for somebody to say you are a wife material. For instance, me, my marriage is 25 years this year.
Congratulations.
That's nice.
So, and I'm telling you, I've gotten some girls before I met my wife.
Okay.
But it did not take me a month or a month and a half before I know that, oh, this woman, this lady is the one I want to settle down with. So if people are talking about cooking, me and my wife, we compete. I can cook. I can cook.
That's
so
the energy.
It's not about still cooking for me before I know that I think it's a wife material. And my house is always clean. They never come to my house.
Yeah.
There is culture that is imbibed in a woman. You know that, okay, this one is different from this person. So you understand? There is that I agree with. But this one to think, I will make sure that it is my wife also. Just because she is cultured in a way that me, I can vouch my life and give it to her. So it is not just the 21st century ladies. Some of them they forgetting about our culture, the way we see our ladies, the way our ladies do. It's quite different to the way they are doing now. Do you understand? Some of them are so expensive. And see, I have a sister that it takes a long time before she got married just because of her expensive life as lady. There was a time a guy followed her to marry because she's living with me. The guy was asking me that, sir, do you think your sister is not too expensive for me? So you understand?
Yeah.
So a lot of things we look before we say okay, this person is it's not about cooking and
cleaning and whatnot. All right.
For me now, when I got married, my wife used to work with the place. Just before, then there was I went to the wedding ceremony. The pastor was asking the guy that he was married that before your wife comes to the house now, who is doing this, who is working, who is that. The guy called and then what do you want to do now, your wife comes. So since that day, when I just got to my house, I go and pack my clothes, I started working with my business. Then later I started giving it to that cleaner so that my wife will not work it. So
all right then.
Sometimes you listen to some, you get the inspiration from some people. So it goes beyond.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you, really. All right, so let's let it out, ladies. Bukola and Fiona in the studio, and we've been having this conversation together. Otis said some things, and there were like some reactions when we went for that break. I'll just let you have the floor, and you know, say. I mean, you were talking about all this cultural tradition. It's mental that you can't even see that there are some things that actually need to change. Yes, I understand culture. I understand this is what we, but there are some things that the world is evolving. Have we not realized that yet? Fiona.
Yeah, so lots of people say you're being woke when you say stuff like this. But I feel like if you're being realistic here, you would get to realize that I think the reason a lot of men don't see the error in this is because it favors them at the end of the day. So when, you know, it's really convenient for you to basically do nothing and just, you know, want somebody who can do everything and, you know, and all of that.
Yeah.
So personally, I would not want anybody to say, oh, I want to marry this, I want to marry Fiona because she cooks and she cleans good. Like, bro, I do cook good. Like, I'm a master chef. I ain't bragging, you know. But I don't want someone saying she's wife material just for that reason. I'm so much more than that. So definitely there's so much more. So don't limit me. I feel like it's very limiting when you think, oh, she has to be able to cook and clean. In as much as a lot of the men that are calling in now are saying, you know, there's so much more than that. But it's always top of the list for most men. And it's sad to know that.
I want to say so many things, but what I will say, it was SOJ, one of the comments he just made, he talked about, you know, the girls today, they're too expensive, and because this one was so expensive, she got married later on. And first of all, we need to stop attaching women's worth to getting married. The truth is, any of us can go and get married tomorrow. That's the truth. If we just say we're going to marry anyone. But we are now, and when we say expensive, I don't feel like it's just about expense in material, but expense in spirit too. Yeah. We now know within ourselves what we're worthy of, what we deserve. So why would I now settle for less? And because you feel it's too expensive, then you're not for me. Date within your bracket. If you can't meet me where I'm at, sorry to that man. That's really not my concern. Yeah. You can't ask women to keep belittling themselves, dimming themselves, dulling their lights to meet the needs of men, because there are men out there who, like, they're okay with you being who you are. Yeah. Do you understand? They're gonna uplift you, and that's what you're looking for. A conversation about hubby material needs to be had. Right. Because we focus so much on what's a woman bringing. Okay, you are a guy, what are you bringing? Because women expect us to do all these things. We don't have two heads. We're all human, living a human experience. So why must me, because I'm a woman, be expected to do 10 times more than you in a home that we're meant to build together? It doesn't make any sense. And that's it.
Honestly, it is. I think what Fiona said, talking about how it favors them, is very true, and what you just said now. So this is how I think some men think, especially these ones that want us to, like, you know, be this certain way so that we're appealing in their eyes. It's like this. Okay, so now as a bachelor, he's out there working and working and working. So when I eventually get married, I want my wife to be a housewife. I want her to, you know, take care of the house, cook, clean, and wanting for the time being. Then when we have kids, she would continue, obviously. But you see, the time that she was at home whilst I was going to work before the children came, she had enough free time for herself to rest. And I had that conversation with someone, and that was what he analyzed that, and I'm like, what? Like, it's just unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And I think what we're just saying in essence today is, see, this trust thing should not be a conversation. It is not gender based. Strike it. Our parents did not know better. That's why we had what we had, to be honest. They didn't come out to have this fight because, you know, this is not about being woke or anything. It's just plain to see. Whoever said that it's a woman's job to do that? Who is the person? Bring the person out if you can. They didn't know any better. That's why they did the things the way they did it. But now we know better, and we're saying this is not how it should be. Please, it's an equal thing.
It's a partnership.
It's a partnership. Isn't that what marriage is? If you're even getting into a relationship, you're getting into a partnership with someone. So everything that you ordinarily will do for yourself, by yourself, you have to have a conversation with this person if you're going to be doing that together or not. In the sense that, okay, let's talk about the chores, since that's what we're talking about today. The fact that, okay, so I've been cleaning my house, toilets, everything by myself as I was single and whatnot. Now we're married. How is it going to be? It's not going to be my duty, because you were doing that before I met you as a guy. So let's have that conversation. If need be, you hire help. It's actually easy. I don't know how people do not see that it's actually easy when you have these conversations. It's like, talk about it, and that's it. Okay, so babe, I'm actually really lazy when it comes to doing this. Okay, I'll compromise. I'll take it and do this. Then you have... we will share it 50-50, and everybody is happy. And where I see that you're not even coming through with your own chores, I will call a meeting again. What's up? So you're supposed to do the dishes last Thursday. You were supposed to, you know, go grocery shopping. You were supposed to... We will have that conversation over and over and over again. Don't leave it for one person to do. That is not how it works. I'm going to read this message by Wilfred saying, there's really no formula to this. Whatever works for the couple is fine, because you weren't forced into the relationship, correct? Some of the things you've highlighted are gradually becoming the past. It's no longer common. It's no longer as common as you make them sound. Men are really involved in family affairs. Ooh, okay. as some men are really I would add that.
We just had 2 men.
Do you understand? Especially couples who are exposed. Okay, feeding the baby, changing diaper, cleaning the home, washing dishes, and more. The same way a man would hardly sit and watch a woman change a flat tire is how a spouse may prefer to do the cooking because she thinks she's better at it. Many married men stop on their way home to buy items for the home, of course based on a list drawn by the spouse. Whatever rocks your boat, really, provided you guys are happy. And the final call before we get out of here. Holla. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good evening.
How does that sound? What the ladies really want?
Femi, don't you always ask this question whenever you call in on the show? But yeah, it is a wrap. I know where the time goes. It's 8 p.m. on the DOT, and we have to bounce. But thank you so much, Fiona and Bukola, for stopping by. I know there was like a lot. There is a lot, but we have more chances to do this or have this conversation, and that will be next week, Monday, 7 till 8 p.m. The Super Drive Time show with Casey and myself continues shortly, so do not go anywhere. But you can find and follow Bukola on social media.
Yes, you can find me at IBUKOLA.
Okay, and Fiona.
And
Instagram.
it's at the Fiona Davis.
All right, don't forget your number 1 lifestyle station at City 1051 and my humble self _TTARRA.